Hello, hello. Welcome into episode 2 of Around the Flywheel, a real estate marketing show. Talking to you a little bit about some of our expertise and experience within the market. I am joined today by a couple of our team members and experts. They're probably going to kill me for saying that, but our trusted resources here at Dippidi. So I'll kind of start off by letting them introduce themselves to you, and then we'll get on with the show. Mr. Jared, if you'd like to introduce yourself to start, that'd be greatly appreciated.
Sure. I'm the client success manager here at Dippidi. I meet and strategize with the clients to make sure we're meeting their benchmarks and accomplishing their goals.
Carolyn, take it away. I know this is your second episode, so you're going to be the expert here today.
It is. Yes, I'm Carolyn Schrader. I'm the Google Ads Specialist at Dippidi, and I manage all things Google from responsive search ads, display ads, and YouTube ads.
Awesome. And the legendary Austin St. Jean, take it away.
I don't know if legendary is the word, but I am the co-founder of one of the co-founders of Dippidi, and I am the squirrel of the business that just essentially jumps around and bounces around and does all kinds of random stuff.
I love that. Appreciate that from you guys. My name is Hunter. I am the novice host for you today, and also our sales rep here at Dippidi. So if you're ever inquiring, you may run into me in any of those discovery calls. We're very excited to continue this series, hopefully continue to gather an audience. I think the last episode we did 56 viewers. Woo, woo.
Woo, woo. We are famous.
Yeah, hopefully continuing to grow that because I'm trying to get famous and get out of here. JK, super excited to continue this though. We are going to continue to hopefully gather an audience and be a resource. And hopefully as we get more and more viewers, have an opportunity to maybe even give away a couple gifts here in the future. And like we always like to start off our show, we're going to start off with our trivia question of the day. We'll start with this, and then as we kind of go through it, give our best guesses, we'll revisit it at the end of the show to see what our answer is. So we're going to start off with the Do You Know? What is Google's top searched questions of 2022? Jared, do you want to kick us off with any good guesses you might have?
I think I'm going to go with best restaurants near me.
Oh, good one, good one. Carolyn, you go ahead.
That is a good one. I can't think of it. I'm in the search terms all the time, and I could probably tell you homes for sale near me.
That's a good one for a real estate show. Great one.
I'm going to go with like something to do with Kanye West.
That's good.
Okay, another great one. I'm going to say, just off of my own habits, food near me or like restaurants near me definitely got to be a top search for sure. Interested to see what that answer ends up being at the end. I have a feeling there's going to be some surprise things being searched on there. But let's kick it off. This episode of Around the Flywheel, we're going to be talking a little bit more about Google and its pay-per-click service. You'll hear us talk about PPC as the short. And we have, our team members on here today to talk about some of their insight and opinions with all of these different questions we'll have. So let's get this show rolling with our first question of the day. What are some of the best practices for managing a successful Google pay-per-click campaign? Jared, I will let you lead us off with your response here.
3 for 3.
Oh yeah, you're the leadoff batter, man. You're the leadoff batter.
Hey, let's roll with it. Yeah, I got 2. I'm going to say the first one's a little boring. I'm going to say if you're going to be managing a PPC campaign, I think one of the most important things is staying in the know of what's going on with Google. So it's easy to unsubscribe, delete those Google emails, but things are constantly changing. And if you don't stay in the know, your account could get suspended if it's not up to date with if you're not choosing the right category for your ads and stuff like that. I think most recently they're migrating everything over from like a UA analytics property to like a GA4. And they're only giving you, I think right now, what is it, Carolyn, until July?
Yeah.
To switch that over. So that's something where like, if you just disregard those emails and you don't stay in the loop, July comes and you realize your website's not even tracking because you didn't know that they were even switching. So I would say 1, definitely staying in the know of what's going on with like the latest happenings. And then 2, I would say doing routine search term audits, which I think y'all probably all have that on your list, but definitely audit the search terms to see what's coming in. I think a lot of people will set that up and maybe forget to check that, and then, just let the campaign run. So definitely want to make sure you're looking at those search terms coming in and, creating a negative keyword list and optimizing for the best keywords.
Yeah, and you were just speaking a whole different language in the middle of that. So even having that expertise in UA and GA4 or whatever you were talking about is definitely a big part of how we can obviously get in there and help you have more success. Appreciate that. Carolyn, I know you're probably chomping at the bits to give us some good best practices.
I am. I like this one. So mine definitely is give yourself a good foundation. Start at the top. Do your keyword research. Know what has significant search volume. When you're creating the campaign, give yourself 8 to 10 good headlines, 2 to 4 descriptions that are different than the headlines. And so that'll set you up for the best success. And then add a negative keyword list from the get-go. If you forget that, you're just going to be spending money on probably searches that you don't want, or maybe are just irrelevant. And then, yes, Jared, audit your search terms daily. Continue to build the negative keyword search, but then also if you see something, a keyword that's doing really well, add that into your keywords on your search campaign and totally optimize it.
Awesome. These are all big things that in my day-to-day talking with people is a common question of what we really take care of sometimes when handling Google pay-per-click. And a big word I like to point out just in this question is managing. That's a big part. We're taking a lot of time to do more than just setting it up. There's a lot of ongoing process. So love to hear that insight. Austin, go ahead. Give me some more insight on this.
Yeah, I think a big thing here is definitely like when you're setting up that campaign, the first thing, Carolyn said it in the last episode around this is having well-defined goals. But having well-defined goals on Google search would have to do with also knowing what your ultimate outcome is. And there's these bidding strategies within Google when you set up a campaign, and you want to make sure that you're setting up that bidding strategy properly. A lot of people, if they're maybe in the beginner stage, brand new ad account, they may think, okay, I need to just go ahead and maximize my conversions because that's my goal. I want to have maximized conversions, but you don't have enough data for Google to know what your conversions even are for them to optimize and for the system to optimize for maximum conversions. So a lot of times you'll start off with actually maximizing clicks, and as Google's collecting data over time, we can then adjust that bidding strategy to maximize conversions. So it'll start increasing and optimizing your account for more success. And then after it gets even more conversion data, you can change it to target CPA. So now you can get a target cost per acquisition. And you could say, hey, I've given Google a ton of data over the years. They now know what conversions I'm actually trying to get. I want to make sure that my conversions are at $15 in acquisition or $20 in acquisition in real estate world lead. So, I would say that that's the best thing to do is understanding that practice of setting up the right bidding strategies from the beginning.
Awesome. Well, we will roll over to our next question of the day. What are the most important KPIs or key performance indicators to analyze in your Google ad campaign? This time we'll let Carolyn start us off. Jared was getting too much love. So Carolyn, go ahead and give us your best.
Yeah, what's funny is Jared was getting antsy because I already know Jared's answer.
Everybody knows my answer at this point.
Yeah, we all know your favorite. Well,
Can I take a guess, Jared? I'm going to say click-through rate. Is that what it's going to be?
Definitely.
All right, now he has to lead off again. All right. Go ahead and Jose Reyes this one and lead off again, Jared.
All right, I low-key, I really wanted to lead this one off. Click-through rate is definitely, in my opinion, the most underrated. And basically what click-through rate or CTR is how many people saw your ad. Can you tell I was rehearsed on this one? How many people saw your ad versus clicked on it. So you might have got 1,000 impressions, but 100 people clicked on it. You have a 10% click-through rate. And that's a good indicator if your ads are reaching the right people. And then also if your headlines, descriptions, and stuff like that are actually resonating with the audience you are reaching. So to use like a more practical example, if you hire somebody and you're wanting to target a very niche audience, like let's say real estate in this case, and you hire a marketing company and they promise you like a super low cost per lead, but the way they get that is through super broad match keywords to just get you volume. Well, maybe somebody's looking to get a haircut, and this might not be the best example, but maybe they're looking to get a haircut So they put barbershops, best barbershop in Lakeland. Well, if you're bidding on a broad match like real estate in Lakeland or homes for sale in Lakeland, that person that's actually looking to get a haircut that has no interest in buying a house could see your ad, but they're probably not going to click on it because they're actually in the market in that moment to get a haircut, not get information on a house. So that click-through rate is going to drop and drop and drop, which means you're going to be wasting, not budget, but you're not going to be maximizing that. You're getting that in front of the wrong eyeballs. Mm-hmm. Whereas if you have a narrowed in keyword list, most likely your ads are going to be in front of people that are searching for real estate specific stuff, which in theory should lead through a higher click-through rate, better conversions, and stuff like that. So to me, the click-through rate tells me, are my ads being targeted to the right audience? And then I can take it the next step further and say, are my headlines speaking to them? Are my descriptions intriguing to try to get them to that landing page?
Yeah, I'll never
sure to get into the value.
I'll never forget the day Jared called me like, dude, do you know how important click-through rate really is? And like had this like breakthrough about it. And I knew right away that was going to be his pick.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Carolyn, we'll let you go now that Jared stole your thunder.
Sorry.
No, but Jared's right. I think that there are so many KPIs other than your cost per lead that show the health and success of your campaign. Like the money spent is not money wasted if we're going in the right direction. So it might take spending a little bit to get those conversions. So I think to be successful, you need your ad to show up for your target audience. So that's going to be impressions. So who sees your ad? And then interactions, like Jared was talking about, is how we're going to get to click-through rate. So the interactions, people who click on your ad for search, who view your ads for videos, is best analyzed through the click-through rate. So, I mean, he hit it because that is I think probably the number one to look at. It just, if it's 20% click-through rate, well, you're doing 13% better than everybody else's ads, basically. Mm-hmm. And then of course, cost per lead, you do still want to look at, you want to know if the money you're spending is also still paying off. If it's not paying off, adjust your campaign if you need to.
Awesome. Austin, you got a different one for us? Or you're going to stay on the same tune of click-through rate being your number one?
No, I think that ultimately, you want more opportunities. So cost per lead is ultimately, I think, the number one KPI, but you can't obsess over it being the lowest cost per lead at all times. Sometimes you need to make sure that it's just getting in front of those right audiences and getting in front of the right people. So, I would say cost per lead to me is number one, but I also don't want to discredit clicks. So many people call it a vanity metric, but if you have an omni-channel setup, an omni-channel advertising approach, and you're remarketing people, you're driving traffic to the site, and you need to just get back in front of them to try to bring them back to the site and build more trust to then get them to convert. I think clicks are important because you can't just say that, oh, they clicked, but they didn't convert today. And so now, that was wasted ad spend. If you have an omni-channel advertising approach set up, you can then bring them back, and it may be 3 months before they come back by seeing your ads on social, on YouTube, wherever it may be that you're also placing digital ads to bring them back and convert. So I think number one is cost per lead because that's the ultimate goal, but not having the obsession of going low with cost per lead. It's actually having the obsession of who am I getting in front of? And clicks is nothing to be discredited if you have a remarketing campaign set up to stay in front of those visitors that didn't convert initially.
Yeah, all kind of circling around, making sure your ad's relevant to the audience you're targeting kind of helps you have those success and click-through rate and cost per click as well. So love that, guys. We will go on to our next question of the day. And that will be, how do you determine which Google match types to select in your ads? Does anybody want to give us a crash course on the types of match types so maybe people get a little bit more insight into these before we talk about how that strategy works?
Let's let Carolyn give the crash course.
Yeah, I can do that. So what is a match type? On the back end of Google, the management side, we have 3 match types where we want to either go broad, and that would capture the most queries from a search that would still match our keywords. Then we have phrase match, which is a little more specific. And then we have exact match, which is going to be very narrow in terms of the search query, where you have to type exactly that for our ad or the client's ad or your ad to pop up in Google. Hope that gives a little crash course. And
Yeah.
then
I like that. Yeah, that definitely definitely gives us a little bit better insight. Now I guess I'll let Austin kick this one off on how we decide which ones to select now that he put Carolyn on the spot.
Yeah, I did. I deserve this. I think, ultimately it goes back to understanding your goals. If you're, a real estate broker that's just trying to feed your team with a ton of opportunities, you could go with broad match, but you're going to have a really badass negative keyword list to eliminate words that you're not wanting to populate, which will kind of free up your range of searches that you'll show up for. It'll help you in a research phase as well to find maybe keywords that, search terms and keywords that you didn't know would be searched in your initial planning. And then you also have phrase match. So to me, ultimately, phrase match is the great starting point unless you've already done a ton of research in your industry and know some exact match keywords that you could be focusing on. Really it's going to ultimately come down to your goal and knowing, am I really just, I have a limited budget and I want to be in front of the people that search, if I'm a plumber, plumbers near me, plumbers in Lakeland, I need help with my toilet now. You could literally, make sure that when people type in certain keywords, you're staying in front of them with exact match. Probably good actually for a smaller budget if you know that you got to get in front of these people. Phrase match, I think it gives you a little bit of both. You have the ability to get in front of a little bit more of a wider variety of audience, but also they have to search certain things. So it ultimately comes down to your goals and what in your budget and what you're trying to accomplish. If you have a little bit of extra spend and you're trying to get more mass traffic to the site to then remarket on social and remarket in other ways digitally, you can get away with broad match a little bit more, but it all comes down to the mindset of what you're wanting to accomplish.
Mm-hmm. So taking a little bit of a mixture of those can help you start developing an even better keyword targeting research, if I'm hearing you guys right. Jared, you'll let you go ahead and give us your expertise on this as well.
I don't want to take the easy route, but you literally took the words out of my mouth, Austin. That's exactly pretty much what I was going to say. It all depends on your goals and your budget. Like if you have the budget and you want mass branding, let's go back to that barbershop example I gave earlier. Yeah, that person was probably looking to get a haircut. They really weren't in the market for real estate. But because you went broad match, now that person looking to get a haircut kind of knows you exist. So if you can afford it and you have the money to spend and you have that badass negative keyword list that Austin was talking about, you could get in front of people that may not be in the market right now, but they could tell their friend about it, and you're just focused on growing your brand. If you have more of a limited budget or you're more focused on a very targeted audience, phrase match is a great way to go. And I'm going down a rabbit hole. I can't say it better than Austin said it, so I'm going to stop right there. But yeah, no, I totally agree with Austin on that.
So correct me if I'm wrong, since I'm in the room of experts. Does it help for you to be? Oh no, I decided before this show started that I was gonna do that because I know it's gonna just get you guys a little bit every time I say it. But I see you that way, and I know our clients will as well. But I definitely have the kind of thought process. Does it help for you to be a little bit more broad in the starting of a campaign to identify more keywords, or if you might already have that data behind keywords that you're already pretty confident in targeting, you can really start there and be super niched in or detailed on who you're trying to target. Is that kind of a way that it might work, or am I completely wrong on how that keyword phrase match could help you out, or type match there?
I can answer this one.
Okay.
Personally, I always do keyword research, and so I can tell the search volume, and if something's getting a crazy amount of search volume, then I might not want to use that as a broad match because of the things that it could bring in. It just might open the door to too much. And so if I know my client's goals, and which I do, and I want them to have that more centralized, more focused approach, then I'm definitely going to use phrase match, because I still think that they'll get a little bit of people who are still inquiring, maybe who are still wondering, curious, but it won't just open the floodgates. So you can also use both types of maybe broad in a different scenario. You can still use broad in the beginning of a campaign. I just don't always do it for every keyword.
Okay. Awesome. Well, we will move on to our next question. It is, what are some mistakes you believe a beginner would make setting up a Google PPC campaign? This one, we're going to let Austin lead us off with his insight on this. Knock it out of the park.
All right. So I think beginners, if I were to start a Google ad account and log in, initially Google actually helps you a lot by trying to have you set up smart campaigns, and not a giant fan of them. I think they're very limited in terms of what you can do. And in fact, they are very limited in what you can do with your keyword research, with your targeting, everything. So, I mean, but they make it so easy to set it up. And they have this like wizard, and their goal, as soon as you set up an ad account, is you put your billing info in and you set up a campaign and launch it. And here you are going, okay, I want to set up some Google ads. Wow, that was really easy to set up. That's easy. I don't even know why I pay people to do this. That was the easiest way to set it up. So, but ultimately what happens is, as that campaign runs, it's not going to be set up the way you are. I see a lot of people that end up targeting their homepage and targeting the wrong audience, targeting the wrong keywords. Ultimately, you really want to try to hone in on finding a narrower piece of content that you're driving them to, maybe in a specific area, make the landing page, honed in on that area, and then have a lead capture page right there for you to be able to actually capture a lead. Otherwise, you're just not going to get the results. And so I see a lot of beginners following that wizard a lot. They want to set up a smart campaign, come in the door and just get ads running to check off the box that okay, now I have Google ads. That's not necessarily the best way to do it. You could buy a DSLR camera, a high quality camera, but if you're shooting an auto on that camera, you're kind of wasted your money, because the whole point of those cameras are the fact that you can adjust it to manual and adjust the exposure and adjust all the f-stops and the aperture. Like, now I'm going a whole different path on production, but
that's a great analogy.
You don't want to just set up a smart campaign to set up a smart campaign.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, Jared, your turn, sir.
Yes, sir. By the way, you're crushing the buttons on the lower thirds, man. They're like right on point.
Dude, it's my only responsibility today.
Yeah, you're not a novice host. At this point, you're an expert host.
Yeah. I think everything Austin said is amazing. That's perfect. I would add in setting up tracking codes. To go back to last episode, Austin was talking about clicks. I'll get there in a second. And then also what you just said about at the beginning of this episode about like remarketing and retargeting. So I think along with like setting up the smart campaign, I don't think, and also Carolyn said it too about setting up your foundation. I think before any campaigns launch, you need to make sure that you have the proper tracking codes on your website. So you're investing in traffic, you're paying money in ad spend and maybe service fees if you're hiring an agency. If you don't have a Facebook pixel on your website, you're already not maximizing that money, because you can't now. That pixel is not retroactive. So if, let's say, you drive 100 people to your website from an ad that you've invested in, and you get 10 conversions, well, you still have 90 other people that click that ad. That what are you doing with that investment of getting them to your site? You can't stay in front of them. You're not tracking it. So I definitely think making sure you have the proper Google Tag Manager analytics and Facebook Pixel installed. I think that would be the main one.
Awesome. Carolyn, your turn. Take it away.
I'm excited about this question. I have a few, and one of them goes off of Austin's, like the smart campaigns, is trusting Google. And so that would be auto-applying ad recommendations. And so it's going to tell you all of these best practices, what to do, that are based on a wide range of accounts. And they don't take into account your goals, your specific account goals. So it's easy. Don't opt in. Don't trust Google with your budget, with your keywords. Just don't opt in. The second one, this would be more focused on a search campaign, would be failing to add a negative keyword list. That's going to give you less than optimal search results and search terms coming in. And then the third one, underfunding your campaigns. But this is so much more than telling you to spend more. It's telling you to realign your goals, look at your campaign structure, so that you can get the best performance for the money that you are spending. So it could be, hey, pick one campaign, think about your keyword list, what will give you the best results, and then allocate your budget there. When that's going well and the time shows that your campaign has good results, you can evaluate the performance and, maybe add more campaigns or add more money into your campaign that's doing well.
Awesome. All righty. Well, we will move on to our last question today for this, and that is going to be, how has PPC advertising changed the way we advertise, and what trends should marketers be aware of? We're going to let Jared start us back off on this one. Well, let me hear it.
I think not only PPC, but just Google in general and search in general, it allows you to get in front of people that are not only actively searching for your services or product or brand or whatever, but people that are intentionally searching for your brand. If I go to Google and I type, or YouTube or either one, and I type in how to, I don't know, again, best barber near me, I'm probably looking to get a haircut that week, that day, very soon. Or if I'm typing in homes for sale in Lakeland or homes for sale in Orlando, I'm probably looking to buy a house, or I know somebody, I have a family member that's looking to buy a house in Lakeland, Tampa, or Orlando. So I just think it allows us to get in front of people that are actively searching and intentionally searching. And then on the marketer side or the company side, you can save so much money because your budget's going to these people versus just casting a wide net on a commercial that probably is going to reach a ton of people, but you don't really know how many people it's going to resonate with. With PPC, Google, YouTube, Bing, whatever, Microsoft, Manish would kill me for saying Bing, Microsoft, you're getting in front of the right people that are intentionally and actively searching. So
yeah, I don't know why Jared keeps referencing the barbershop. I think he's implying I need to get a haircut. I'm not sure.
I was thinking the same thing.
I mean, my first time as the host, and all he does is bash me for the way my hair looks today. Pretty upset about that. Passive aggressive slide there.
Very passive aggressive and condescending over.
All right, Carolyn, we'll let you go next.
Okay, yeah. So I think Jared's totally right about the way that PPC advertising has changed the way we advertise. We have massive reach. We have the opportunity to gain high intent leads by the way we target with keywords, and we can retarget. And so then what trends should marketers be aware of? Multi-channel advertising. Austin's gonna like that one. But take advantage of these new channels, all of the social media platforms. I mean, I know we already have like Instagram and Facebook, but add TikTok. Just be aware of what's coming and how you can just be on the edge and the competitive edge. So that's mine. What should marketers be aware of is the changing platforms and also people's attention span. So now it's more based on the short form content, and how can you get your name there in like the 3 seconds that people are paying attention to your video?
Yeah, awesome. Austin?
Yeah, I think it's just absolutely might be the most revolutionary advertising in history. The fact that back in the day you had to come up with creative ways to get in front of your customers, whether it be spending thousands of dollars at events or, putting up billboards on the main highways in your city. It's so different now that you can actually invest in the thoughts that people are having and put yourself in front of them when they're thinking it. I just think that that's remarkable and unbelievable, to be honest with you, that we have that capability now through the power of the internet and the power of Google. So I think PPC advertising has just absolutely changed the game. And it's only getting better. I mean, Google is getting smarter and setting up multiple ways for you to continuously advertise. They're buying products like YouTube and other platforms like YouTube and other companies that allow you to continue advertising and integrate it all together in Google. I could maybe visualize a day Google buys out TikTok, and now TikTok's becomes this massive search engine where you're searching for quick ways to learn. So they already have YouTube for long form, and now they're going to have TikTok for the short form. Totally winging that and predicting that. It may not happen. It probably won't, but that'd be crazy, right? And they have the money to do so. So I think PPC just changed the game. Now, in terms of trends that marketers should be aware of, I think it's actually getting in front of video and doing video content and creating video content, whether it's educational content like this, where we have an expert host like Hunter, teeing up a show for us, or whether it's creating short form content on YouTube Shorts, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, or you want to write a blog. Whatever it is, you need to be getting in front of video and then finding out ways to get those videos in front of the people that are intentionally searching for your website, which brings it back to what Carolyn was saying with multi-channel advertising. So if you could create these videos, imagine the journey of somebody typing in 3-bedroom, 2-bath homes for sale in Tampa, Florida, and you created a video knowing that you set up that campaign to look for those people that's saying, hey, how's it going? My name's Austin St. Jean. I'm a realtor here in Tampa, Florida. I just created a list of all the 3-bedroom, 2-bath homes that are on the market right now. Click the link below so you can see the list of homes. They went to your page. They didn't convert because you didn't have trust with them. Then they see you on Facebook and Instagram in a remarketing ad where they're like, oh, this is an actual human and he's trying to help me. Okay, I want to go back and look at that list. Now I can get converted and have a lead into my database. So, I mean, I think video is a huge way for you to have a trend, to build trust, get your tone out, get your personality out, because ultimately, especially in real estate, the main competitive advantage for every real estate agent is yourself.
And you can do it on Google now, right? With like the bumper ads and the display ads and all that. I just realized I didn't answer the second part of that question. So I'm kind of jumping in here at the end to throw something valuable in there. I think you can do that with Google as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Jared, I just want to make sure next time you hop in, you ask me first before you just decide to pop back in there. No, I love all that you said. Also, love that you doubled down on your hot take for TikTok becoming a giant search engine. As I know you're a big advocate of searching a lot of things on there. I know when we go places, you're like things to do in Asheville or something. So I know that's already become a big trend for you. Yep.
Oh,
exactly.
I use it forever. I sometimes at this point, if I know I need to read content, I go to Google. If I have to watch quick content to learn something, is TikTok. And I feel bad because I used to be a YouTuber. I mean, I self-taught almost everything I know. Not everything I know. I mean, but a little bit of what I know, I've self-taught myself from YouTube. So the fact that TikTok's giving me that info this fast, I geek out over it.
Yep. Awesome. Well, now it's time for us to move on to the game time. Would you rather? I'm excited about this because there are some interesting questions we have on here that I'm not sure if they make sense, but I got them when I thought I came up with them. So we'll really lean in on one of these. And I think the first one's going to be just the great kickoff of it all. So here we go. Would you rather? Our first question. In a world without Google, could you imagine? In a world without Google, would you rather not get the answer or search through 50 books in the library to find your answer? We're going to let Jared kick us off with what his would you rather be. You're just perfect. You're just perfect to the right on this screen. And it just feels right to go right there to you.
No, man, I'm with you, Austin. I'm a Googler. I like learning. I'm a self-educator. I would still, even saying all that, just not know. I'm not going to go through a bunch of books. I don't want to I'm not trying to read a bunch of books and go to the library, filter through. No, I'd just rather not know.
Carolyn?
That is stressful. I'm going to have to know the answer. I will go through 51 books in the library if it takes me finding my answer.
Now, I do have a follow-up question to that. Has Google created us to have that type of anxiety after we don't know a piece of information because it's at our fingertips?
That's a great point.
Ooh, that's a little deep.
No, I was curious before the internet.
Okay.
I'm a curious person too. I've always been, but I've also was a terrible student in middle school and high school, and I didn't use Google back then like I should have. So, to be honest with you, I'm just not gonna know it. I'm not gonna have any idea what happened. At this point, when I'm curious about something, I'm only as smart as the questions I have. And if I have that question and I don't have the answer and it's going to be like taking me forever to figure it out, I'm not going to know. I would actually just rather be stupid and then like go talk to the person that read the 51 books and ask them the questions. They become my Google.
Yeah, I'm going to probably have to say I'm not going to just go without the answer. I wish I could know my memory of how to navigate a library, because I do think if we understood how to go through the systems again, might be able to find information a little easier than the 50 books that we put in the question. But love everybody's answer there. Let's see what we got in store next. Would you rather ask a trusted friend about a product or service to use, or rely solely on the business's Google reviews? All right, not this time, Jared. You can't start. We're going to give it to Carolyn.
I think this goes like the other one. I will read through every review, because I feel like if there's one bad review, I'm going to be like, that's going to be me. I'm going to be the one who doesn't like the product. So I'll read through the reviews.
All right, Austin?
Look, even though we're in digital marketing, I think the world's human to human. The cool thing about digital marketing is you can scale it and you can get more human to human reaction. But ultimately, I'm going to a trusted friend. I mean, it's the, if I saw a trusted friend on a Google review, game over. Like I'm buying that
the
product.
double whammy.
But ultimately I'm going to a trusted friend. These are people I have deep conversations with. I feel safe and secure with them. I trust that they know my best judgment. So I'm going to go with a trusted friend.
Yeah, I'm same. My wife would be more with Carolyn. Like, she's going to read every single review on Yelp. She's reading every review on Google. Me, I'm going to the trusted friend.
Okay. I'm going to have to say I might be thinking too hard into this, but some things my friends don't value the same way as me. And if I don't have a trusted friend that I can trust to give me a backing on this product or service, I'm going to have to go to the Google reviews. I'm going to have to go and read through it. So,
I mean, Hunter,
I might lean in on Google reviews as mine here. I'm going to go through the reviews. We're looking for the same product. They have the great marketing. They brought me to this beautiful journey. We're on the same page with the people below, unless, I'm finding out you're putting bots in there. But hey, that's a whole nother story.
Hey, I believe it though. You're a trendsetter, Hunter. Look at that shirt.
Oh, dude, this old thing.
When you're setting trends, you don't have a trusted friend to go to find out if that shirt was good. So I get it.
Yeah, man. I know.
I will send you my barber, though, Hunter. I will send you my barber.
I appreciate that. Well, on to the next one. Let's get to it. All righty. Would you rather have to learn about retargeting on the Google Display Network or retargeting on Facebook? Well, have to learn about. I'm going to go Austin here. Yeah,
I'm Facebook retargeting all day because it gets you on multiple different platforms. Yeah, Google Display can get you on various different websites, but when people are on websites, their behavior is a little different. They're not necessarily. It is a passive form of marketing. Like if I'm on ESPN.com and I see a banner ad for Jared's realty company, and I just was on his website, I'd be like, oh, pretty cool. It stays top of mind. But I feel like when you're on Facebook and Instagram, well, one, Facebook retargeting is also Instagram retargeting. So you're now on two platforms. And people that go to those platforms go to engage. They go to be entertained and informed. So I think the mindset of what people are doing on those platforms alone makes Facebook remarketing more appeasing for me to explore that route.
Yeah, I like that. Jared.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Google because Facebook's great for all the reasons that Austin mentioned that we've been mentioning. But with Google, I feel like it's so much more dynamic and so much more. You can get a little bit, I don't know the word I'm looking for, a bunch of different data points when it comes to like, not so much with housing, I guess, but with like, the income and the interest and what they're doing on Google.
Barbershops.
Barbershops.
At least plug your barber.
I know. Shout out to DJ Perez and won't you?
He's got an affiliate link for his barber.
Yeah.
Y'all click the link below.
No free shout outs.
No, I'm gonna say learn about Google just because I feel like there's so much more you can do with it. And I'm actually interested in this moment and learning more about that. So I'm gonna go Google.
Okay. Carolyn?
I do know a little bit about the Google Display Network. I think I take the opportunity to learn something new, and let's go retargeting on Facebook.
I like it.
Yeah,
And Hunter, I know you said to ask you.
I appreciate that, Jared. Go ahead.
This is my first episode, so I was not prepared, and my computer's at 2%. I'm gonna plug it in real quick.
Okay.
Wow.
Hey, I'm on 8%. I'm not prepared either.
I just see it dropping. I'm at 2, and I'm like, oh my
The
god.
episode's just gonna shut off and be
We'll get
it's
him
dead.
out of here for
It
the
died.
time being.
Hey.
No, he's not dead yet. I'm just gonna wait till he gets back in there.
No,
But,
the show goes on, baby. Unless you got an intermission.
You can't have rookies in here. Come
Yeah,
on
what a
now.
rookie. I mean, mine's a 60% charged this morning.
Classic. Yeah, well, I'm going to say Facebook as well. If it kind of gives me a little bit of excitement inside when someone does good marketing to me. If I'm searching your website and I'm searching your product and then you deliver me some more content on Facebook and Instagram that I value, oh, that's a beautiful moment for me. I'm like, oh, I do enjoy this. Happens to me all the time with clothing brands. So I think I'm on the Facebook retargeting side when it comes to that. And it looks like Jared might be okay. It looks like his computer's still alive. So we're going to pop him back in here. Welcome back, Jared. Welcome back. Awesome. Let's go on to our next question. Would you rather use Google Docs or Microsoft Word? Man, who do we want to start this one? Anybody want to volunteer for their insight on? All right, Carolyn, go ahead.
Okay, so I know I work in Google, but I love Microsoft Word. It's just so old school. It feels good.
Nostalgic.
It is. I feel like I actually like Microsoft Word. I like Excel, or Google Sheets better, but Microsoft Word, going strictly on that's my choice.
Awesome. Austin?
Oh, sorry. My bad, Hunter. My bad, host. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh, this guy's so rude.
I'm sorry.
Good Lord.
Sorry.
I'm going Google Docs all day, and I get made fun of from the Microsoft users of the world, aka Colin Maish. I'm just gonna go and shout him out. He is very anti-Google. So I'm Google Docs. I like the collaboration. I like how easy it is to share across the board. I like that there's different ways you can automate things to be using it through like Zapier and third-party automation tools. It's Google Docs all day for me.
Jared?
Can I speak now? Okay. I'm gonna go with Microsoft across the board. Excel, Word. I like the desktop versions of everything more. You can be a lot more custom with them. The cloud-based stuff is cool, but I'm going with the bones of the Microsoft system more.
Yeah. I would say, if you'd have caught me 10 years earlier, Microsoft all the way. But now cloud-based has been beautiful. Like Austin said, just being able to find stuff, share stuff, collaborate, all of that stuff being way easier on Google Docs. I think that's going to be the one I would go with there. All righty. The next one. Would you rather have to learn about using AI for customer service or using AI for lead generation? Let's start it off with Austin. I know loves to talk about AI, so this is going to really be interesting to see.
Yeah, I'm going AI for sales and lead generation all day because, if you have an AI, like we have a product, and this is a soft pitch, subtle flex, right? We have a partnership with Structurally, and they do AI sales assistants. So we're able to generate a lead from the internet who's a stranger, and this AI reaches out to them to try to qualify them to make sure that, hey, are they actually indeed someone who has intent? Because some people do just look. You have that AI there to do that. Now, once that relationship's established through the AI to at least get your sales rep on the phone with them to then qualify further and make them a customer, that's when you have to take mass care of them. And I don't know if I'm quite there yet where I feel an AI can do that to service the customer and actually get it to where it feels human to human. It feels authentic. They're listening to the customer's goals, problems, needs, and desires, and being able to deliver on it in a timely fashion. It's coming, probably, there's no doubt, but I'm not there yet where I'm able to hand over the keys to trust an AI to do that. So I'm going lead gen and sales.
It's when they make Jared a robot that they'll be.
I was going to say, when you say it's coming as the customer service guy, how long do you think before it's coming?
Yeah, you got about 3 weeks here, brother. ChatGPT is just about to just eliminate your job.
Jeez, I know. I'm like over here, like, all right.
Yeah, so I'd love to hear Jared's now that he hears his job might be in jeopardy. I was worried a little bit as well. He's talking sales and
I
lead
gotta go.
gen.
I got a job interview in a couple minutes. No, I'm going with Austin. I'm going for lead generation, of course, because I need a job. I'm going to say AI for lead gen because of exactly what he said. You can generate the lead. And let's say you're generating, let's say you have a big budget and you have hundreds of leads coming in from Facebook, Google, YouTube. You don't have to get exhausted going through all people telling you no, you don't have to go through all the bad. You can let the AI kind of save you that frustration, and you can focus your energy on the, what is it, 14? What's the amount that's being qualified right now, Austin?
But like, I would definitely say you call 14 times before the lead's dead. It's so I mean, but most people don't. I would think the average person calls once or twice.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, how many is the AI qualified?
17%, I believe is.
17%.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
You can let the AI, get those 17%, and then you're getting a hot qualified lead, So I would say AI in sales.
I got to chime in here and say something that was just so funny. So you said where the AI kind of is dealing with the bad, right? It's going through where you're not getting told kick rocks, right? The AI is. It brings me when Jared calls me the other day and he's like, man, I tried out this Chat GPT thing and I find that I'm so nice to it. And I keep talking to it like it's a human. And I'm like, please do this. And thank you so much for the help and all that stuff. And like it's going to really, it cares. And then, you know what? That really tells you the integrity of a person, of how they speak to an AI robot.
Yeah. Doesn't want to be disrespectful. And let's not get lost down that rabbit hole of Chat GPT. So Carolyn, please pick us back up into our
I agree with both Jared and Austin. AI for lead generation, amazing. They already both made amazing points, but I'm never picking a robot to help me with customer service. Even when you get the automated on the phone, I'm like, speak to a person, speak to a representative. I fast track to a human.
Appreciate that, Carolyn.
I love that you guys are all slowly just taking shots at my job. I appreciate that, and I'm glad that you guys are giving me a new role as a host, so I might be able to stick around just to.
He caught onto it.
Yeah, all you service people, but I definitely agree with you guys as well. I think the service side is probably going to take some time, just because, Jared, you probably can relate to this a lot. People really sometimes don't know what they're saying. A lot of misinformation is passed between you and them, and I think you take a lot of time to uncover that you're finding out the problem they're having or what they're actually trying to achieve. And I think that would be hard for an AI bot to understand at this point. So I do think for lead gen right now, it's really where it's got its bread and butter. So
yep.
Awesome. Well, that is it for our Would You Rather. And now we're going to get to find out what our trivia question was for today. Just as a refresher, we had, what is Google's top search questions of 2022? Anybody want to circle back on anything that they guessed before, or maybe a new one? I mean, Jared, you should be saying barbershops, because as many times you've referenced that in your show, you should be saying barbershops.
Restaurants. I'm going to stick with restaurants. We'll go phrase match, so if they say food, it still counts.
Okay.
That was the geekiest thing of the show. I'm gonna stick with something about Kanye West, and not exact match something about Kanye West, just the word Kanye West in a broad match for me.
Okay.
Nerd.
Broad match. We're really cheating our system right here lately. So, alrighty, let's see what we had. So we actually have the top 5 search phrases of 2022. First one. How you like that? As
Kirk Cousins?
Yeah. What is it? I don't even understand that one.
You like that?
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. Number 2, what is my IP address? I guess I could see some people searching that. I don't know.
Sounds like a lot of paranoid people.
Yeah. How many ounces are in a cup? I have searched that before.
2 million of those are me, for sure.
Yeah, I can definitely see that one being common.
What time is it?
Yeah, I don't get that one. You're on a computer or a phone that tells the time. How are you? Now I will say, if this is referencing to me when I'm checking time zones, I do that pretty frequently. We're like, what time is it in Mountain Time to
True.
EST? Like, I do that. So if that's
Hey,
what it's
I
kind
can
of,
do that off rip though, you know.
yeah.
Oh, and then an absolute classic show, or
How I Met Your Mother. Did it have a resurgence this year? Or
either
last year?
that,
Was
or like
a big
somebody
deal?
who's really trying to figure out how they met someone's mother. I don't know. It depends on the intent of the search. I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know. Those are very interesting. Really makes me a little bit scared about what people are searching in the world these days on Google. It is too accessible. I will have to say that I search very random stuff on Google at a very frequent time. But awesome. Well, I think that wraps up our show today. I want to thank you guys again for joining me here on Around the Flywheel. Anybody got any closing statements or anything they want to reference back? A quick little quote, something to get people going the rest of the day, maybe with their marketing or things to think about?
Yep. As soon as we get 100 views, we'll do a small $5 iTunes gift card giveaway.
I thought you were talking about giving away a shuffle, but it's pretty much $5 now. So perfect. Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us. See you guys later.
Appreciate it.